Yeah, as you can see, like the building is like covered in barbed wire. So this was done so the people couldn't commit suicide. Yeah, this place is very depressing, guys. And now, like with the contrast in the background, so they grabbed the babies by the legs and then just smacked their heads against the tree and then threw them here in the grave. As you look closely, you can see all the thousands of skulls they store there. So what's up, guys? Today we're gonna go to a very different place than usual. So I was thinking about making this video or not. Like it's probably not gonna have a lot of views anyway, and I don't really like want to make a video about this, but just in case you're interested, I will do it anyway. So now I'm in the tuk-tuk and I will go to a very, very dark place today. Today I'm gonna go to the S21 extermination camp, like the genocide museum of what happened here around like 50 years ago under the Khmer Rouge regime. I learned about it in high school very long time ago. And now I will be actually going to the place. So I will be going to S21, which used to be a high school, and they turned it into an extermination camp for prisoners who were a threat to the regime of Pol Pot. So I've been in Cambodia already 1 month and a half, and over the 1 month and a half I met many Cambodian people that were affected by this regime. Many of their grandparents, uncles, aunts, like family, they died during this regime. So today I'm gonna go to the actual most famous genocide museum in Phnom Penh. So I'm not sure if my girlfriend is gonna join me. The communication is a little bit bad. Maybe she will be there, maybe I will do it alone. But yeah, I will make a little video about that place because I think it deserves to be recognized, because there is like, I think a lot of people don't really know about what happened here in Cambodia, and a lot of schools don't really teach you about this history. But what happened here is probably one of the worst things that happened in modern history. So I think it's important that people make videos about this, people spread awareness about this. And it's really not long ago, guys, so I think people should know what happened here, because almost 1/3 of the country was killed during this regime, and it's probably one of the worst events that happened ever in modern history. So I'm in the tuk-tuk now. It will be like a 10-minute drive and then I will arrive at the museum. So I'll show you guys around a little bit, share you guys my feelings, and let's see how it goes. So welcome to one of the most horrifying places in the world, Tool Slang Genocide Museum. So I'm about to go inside. So I bought the ticket, it was $10 US, and you get an audio guide included. So I will be doing the tour by myself, but with like audio. So they will explain everything, every section of the prison, and what happened there, and like what went on. So I'm hoping the audio guide will make everything clear, and then I can relay some information back to you guys. It's pretty busy, like the whole time, like big tour groups are arriving, and yeah, there's a lot of people here, man. So I guess it's gonna be very busy inside, so let's see what I can film. So what's up, guys? I'm inside now, and to my surprise they have an audiobook in Dutch, so I can listen in my mother tongue. So yeah, they got a lot of languages available. So I'm gonna start the tour now, and I got a little brochure. They already made clear that like in this camp 20,000 people were imprisoned over the period of its existence, and only 12 survived. So that's already pretty horrifying statement. So only 12 people out of 20,000 survived. So let's start the tour. As you can see, like schools do trips here as well, organized school trips. So yeah, it's good that the children know their history. So the tour has started, and I will start listening now, so I'll let you guys know how it goes. So here in the little cemetery, like the white tombs, are the last 13 people who died in the camp buried. So it's like a little memorial here in the middle of the courtyard, where the last 13 victims are buried. So I'm gonna head over now to the second point, the second stop. So this whole prison camp was actually very secret. Like nobody actually knew it was here, and people were blindfolded and brought here so they wouldn't know where it was. But nevertheless, everybody from outside could hear the screams from what was happening inside here. So now we're gonna enter building A, and here on the ground floor are all the many torture rooms where people met their end. So let's head inside building A.
There was 3 resistance, including 2 non-communist resistance and khmer. And the communist split.
So this wooden structure behind me, as you can see, like used to be a toy for the children of the high school. They were playing here with this wooden structure, but when this place was turned into a prison camp, they just changed it into like a folter, like a torture equipment. Like people were hanged from above from their wrists, and when they passed out they were like put into those buckets with feces to like regain consciousness, and when they regained consciousness then they just pulled them up by their wrists again, and so on until they died. So yeah, very horrific, crazy stuff, guys. So we're gonna enter building B now. I think those are the places where most of the prisoners were detained. So we're gonna keep listening to the audiobook and walk through the whole building and listen to the horrors, what happened inside building B. I see building B is much more like elaborated than building A. So I already can see inside the pictures of all the victims. So I will enter building B now and see what they have to say. So I just finished at building B. As you can see, it's like I took some small videos. As you can see, it's very horrifying. And to my surprise, there was even like 2 foreigners who were detained in this camp. They were just sailing on their boat around the world, and yeah, very unlucky. They got arrested in Cambodian waters, and yeah, they were accused of being spies of the CIA, and they got arrested as well. And after 2 months they were just executed just like the rest of them. So yeah, the whole building B was just nothing but horrifying stories and what they did with the people, and just pictures of victims and pictures of starving people. So I'm gonna continue now to building C, and let's see what horrors they have to say there. Yeah, as you can see, like the building is like covered in barbed wire. So this was done so the people couldn't commit suicide and they couldn't jump down. And man, these buildings, they remind me so much of like the schools in Thailand where I used to teach 4 years ago. Yeah, it's just so obvious that it's just a school that's turned into a prison, man. So crazy. Like, those were just all classrooms, and now it's just transformed them to prison cells. Yeah, absolutely crazy.
Tournez la page.
Yeah, this place is very depressing, guys. And now, like, with the contrast in the background, now there are skyscrapers everywhere, so developed. And just like 40 years ago, all the horrors that happened here. Yeah, the energy here is very heavy. You can feel like it's hard to breathe. Because if you think about all the people that die here, the place where you walk. Yeah, man, we are lucky. We were born in a world like this and not 40 years ago. Unspeakable horrors were done here. Yeah, so I just finished the last building, and to my surprise, like this extermination camp is just one of maybe 100 or 200 extermination camps in the country. Some of them are still found today because they were supposed to be secret, and some of them remain secret. So many of them weren't found until later on. So I think this is just the most famous one, but in reality there are so many of them. So throughout the country there are many extermination centers like this, and many mass graves where hundreds and thousands of people are buried. So this is just like a small part of what went on like 40 years ago. There are so many places like this in the country. So what's up, guys? We're headed now to the killing fields in Phnom Penh. So today we're gonna make part 2 of the video that we started yesterday. So yesterday we went to the S21 like detention center, and now we're gonna go a little bit outside of the city. It's like a half an hour drive outside of the city. So I'm in the tuk-tuk now, and I've seen videos about this place before, and this place is probably even worse than the place we visited yesterday. So I think we'll arrive in like 10 to 15 minutes. So stay tuned, and I'll check in with you guys when we arrive. So let's start the second part of the video. We arrived here, it was a half an hour drive, like I said. This is the entrance. I will see if I can find some information, like some brochure with some details. Hopefully they have an audio guide as well. Yes, I see. We'll buy the ticket here, and they have an audio guide again, so perfect. I can just relay the information to you guys. So got an audio guide again in my own language, so that's very convenient. So yeah, I'm gonna start the tour. This is like one of 300 killing fields, and this is the most famous one. So yeah, let's get day 2 of the horror started. So yeah, quickly, something that I didn't mention yesterday. In just 3 years that the Khmer Rouge was like head of the state, 3 million people died just in 3 years. 3 million. That's fucking insane in a country of just 12 million at the time. Yeah, so this place is not actually where people arrived dead. All the people that arrived here were still alive, so I was wrong there. So every month many trucks came here with people, and they were executed here. And all the people, they came from the detention centers where they were tortured and beaten, and then they were brought here to find their final resting place. So they arrived alive, and then they were killed here. Yeah, so who exactly were the people that were killed in this regime? it was just everybody who was not like a farmer, like people with soft hands, people that were educated, people who wore glasses, like everybody who was not just like, as he called it, like a old human, like a basic human, just a farmer. Everybody who was not a farmer or like a very basic human being, they were just being killed. So it's like absolute madness, man, absolute madness. Like all these people that were killed didn't even do anything wrong, man. It's so crazy. And as you can see, like again, many schools, they come here to probably spread awareness to the children, which is definitely a good thing to do. Damn, so they were actually using, like, you see this, the sugar cane, the bottom half. This is so freaking sharp, and they used this to cut the throats of the prisoners, so they couldn't scream, because this has like shark-like teeth. Crazy. So now we're walking to actually one of the mass graves. So just in front of me, like 450 people are buried there. So let's listen what they have to say about this one. So this is like the first mass grave. 450 people are buried here. And then as we will walk along the path, there will be many more. And on the audio they said, like, be careful where you step, because there will be a lot of bone fragments and stuff like just laying around everywhere. It's so crazy, because if you're now here, it looks so beautiful and so peaceful here, and like the nature is beautiful, the birds are chirping. But then go back 50 years and it's like the worst place ever. Yeah, very crazy. So I'll keep walking now down the path and visit the other graves. Like, this regime was so freaking poor that they couldn't even like kill the people using bullets. So everybody who's been killed here, they were just killed by being beaten to death. Like, their throats were cut open with the sugarcane leaves. Like, they were so poor, they didn't have anything. Like, all the people were just murdered here so brutally. It's crazy. So this place is probably the worst one of the whole 2-day journey. Like, this grave here is used for women and children, and as you can see, that tree with all the like decorations on it was used to kill the babies. So they grabbed the babies by the legs and then just smacked their heads against the tree and then threw them here in the grave. So that's definitely probably one of the worst things I've ever heard, and probably one of the worst things I could ever imagine. So yeah, that tree, hundreds of babies were just smashed to death on that tree. Absolutely horrific. So I think this is the end of the tour. I'm standing in front of the stupa, which is like the biggest memorial like symbol for all the mass graves in Cambodia. So as you look closely, you can see all the thousands of skulls they store there, which is pretty crazy. So I will go inside the stupa, I will take off my shoes, pay some respects, burn a candle, and then I think the tour of the killing fields is over. So we finished the tour in the killing fields. I'm gonna go back home now. And yeah, what I have to say is that it's probably a bad idea to pursue communism. It seems to be like it never leads to something good. So let's hope communist regimes don't get a grip on future governments anymore. And also I would probably not like to be here at night, like wandering around these fields if you believe in ghosts, because yeah, with all the thousands of people buried and dying like in such a horrific way, I think it's not the place to be if you believe in ghosts, guys. So yeah, that sums up like my 2-day journey visiting like the worst places of the Khmer Rouge regime. And it's amazing to see like how friendly the people of Cambodia are. Like, it's only like 40 years ago, man, like such a violent past, but the people of Cambodia are so wonderful and so friendly. And yeah, they seem like so happy, you know, they seem to not hold any grudge anymore. So yeah, definitely very admirable group of people. So I will end the video here. A little bit of a different kind of vibe than usual, but as I said, on the Fred Bundy travel channel, we're gonna make a little bit more like exploring and travel videos, so I think this is a part of it as well, more cultural stuff. So if you want to go look at my party videos, then check out my other channel, of course, where I of course like uploaded a lot of videos of Cambodia nightlife as well. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one, and